This is how to train OnlyFans chatters in 5 minutes or less. The first thing you need to think about when building a chatting team is how are you going to get these chatters to do what you say. Either you need a set of rules or a set of values. The thing with rules is that you need a rule for hundreds of different situations. Otherwise, chatters are going to get to a situation where there's no rule and they're not going to know what to do. Rules leave no flexibility. There are going to be times where chatters have a gut feeling to do things this way, but the rule says otherwise, but really they were right. Rules are mainly enforced with negativity. As you know, in many workplaces, it's, if you break this rule, you get a strike, you get a warning, you get fired. That leads to a negative work environment where chatters tend to perform worse. Now, there is a place for rules, but I personally prefer to mainly rely on values. 4 to 5 core beliefs that you want instilled in your chatting team. The thing with values is they apply to every situation. No matter what a chatter is faced with, they can think, okay, how can I act best to align with the values? And that means they're much easier to enforce. If a chatter does something you're unsure about, you just pull them up and go, okay, how did that decision align with our values? Either they can explain it or they can't. Having that flexibility means more chatters will conform with it. Our values are, we work for creators, do everything in their best interest, even if it means missing out on money sometimes. Everyone spends, treat every fan like they'll spend money, make your opportunities, don't wait for the people to come to you, go to them, and play for the team. Don't just think about your earnings, think about the agency as a whole. Once you've found a chatter you want to take on and train, you need to set your expectations clearly. They need to know what good looks like. Your idea of a good chatter and my idea of a good chatter are probably very different. We like to set expectations on call. We have a video and a couple of documents that are as concise as possible. What do they contain? We put emphasis on common beginner mistakes. For example, chatters tend to send dry replies that end conversations. Chatters tend to transition into sexting very aggressively and randomly, and it makes it super obvious. So we put the most emphasis on those common mistakes and then we work our way down. When you're setting expectations, examples are king. In your documents, just show this is an example of a chatter doing it wrong, this is an example of a chatter doing it right. Carrying the conversation, captioning pay-per-views, transitioning, whatever it is. Once you've set expectations with your chatter, it's time to start live training them. Physically sitting on a call with the chatter and giving them feedback as they chat. That's the trick, fast feedback loops. If you want someone to learn something quickly, you need there to be a short gap between when they do something and when they get feedback on it. And I mean seconds, like stop, do it again, stop, do it again. Yep, that was good. Do it this way. Make sure you're focusing on one point of improvement. Don't try to teach chatters everything at the same time. That's how you teach them nothing. You just need to look at, okay, what is the one thing that if they fixed, they would improve the most? And then once that's fixed, move on to the next thing. As you're training them, always refer to the values. And this is a hard one, but don't save them. There are going to be a lot of times where chatters are struggling, there's too much traffic, or they don't know what to say to this guy. Don't step in and do it for them. You can tell them what to do. That's how they actually learn. For the first month or so, get the chatters to record their daily takeaways. At the end of each shift, okay, what are the actionable steps you're going to take next shift to improve over the things you did on this shift? As well as live training, you need to be doing performance reviews or chat reviews. That's where you create videos giving chatters feedback. We use Loom. Now, what do you actually review? On Inflow, we open up the new subscribers tab and read those conversations. We look at purchases, we look for high ticket sales, and we ask chatters every week to give us specific chats to review. Very important, when you do these reviews, like the live training, you're focusing on that one point of improvement, not telling them a million different things to fix at the same time. And you need to be in scientist mode, not dictator mode. Don't use this as a means to just get angry at your chatters. Well, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. You need to look critically and think, what feedback can I give so they actually start improving? Create an environment where chatters want to do better. They share ideas and they're recognized for improving. The first step in doing that is having an on-shift call where the chatters who are currently working can talk to each other. That way they can give each other help, input on different situations, and if one chatter makes a mistake, they all learn from it. Chatters tend to have one main strength. Identify what that is, and then whenever a different chatter asks for help on that topic, you send them to that chatter. So if Charlie's really good at scripting people, if Ben needs help scripting people, go, okay, talk to Charlie. And you create these figures of authority within your agency that can help everyone improve. Every week, we analyze the one point of improvement for each chatter, the one thing that if they improved, they would make the most progress, and we give them actionable steps to continue to get better. Like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want more value, and watch this video right here if you want even more. Trust me, you should watch it.